Hey Rob, so I figure this week I'll be talking about the next step in the Army, which would have been DLI, the Defense Language Institute. So before I get into that, I was just going to share some fun stuff. Recently, I bought a tablet, Samsung like S9 FE Plus. Going to be trying to kind of use that as my kind of laptop thing, if you will, while I'm at college. I bought a little keyboard and stuff to go with it and was fiddling around with that today, so that was fun. Got a good deal from Black Friday, and otherwise, just finished signing up for all my classes. So I'll be taking some economics classes, some Japanese, and then a couple gen eds like a race and diversity and a world society or something or another. But yeah, so I'll be excited to share more of that with you. But yeah, DLI was such an interesting time. I mean, I talked in the last video in this kind of series, if you will, about how I made some really great friends along the way, and I ended up rooming with Sean, and then eventually his wife Jules moved out there. So it was the three of us rooming together, and Garrett and my other buddies were also in Monterey. We weren't rooming together, obviously. And the cool part was Sean and I were both in Chinese together, so we were able to study together and kind of embrace the suck together, if you will, because it was a great experience being able to learn Chinese and get better and improve at that. But it was a ridiculous amount of studying. I mean, it was like 10 hours a day of classes, sometimes a little bit longer. Still doing normal like Army PT and stuff until COVID happened. And then we'd have like somewhere between 3 to 5 hours of homework at night kind of thing. And then for whatever reason, I would continue to self-study. So I got good very fast and had a good work ethic while I was there, but it was a lot. I was happy for that year and a half to come to an end. But yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, COVID kicked off in that because I started DLI and what would it have been? I arrived in Monterey December of 2019 and I started classes in February. So I had a month just kind of chilling. And COVID, I think, started in April or May. So we started doing online classes. And at first we were all kind of stoked. And then we realized like, oh, this is here to stay for the foreseeable future. So that put a damper on going and exploring some places and really made us focus on Chinese. So it was good in some ways, but bad in others. But just being out in Monterey was such a blessing. It's so beautiful out there. It really is just blessed and shows God's beautiful creations out there with being right next to the ocean and beautiful mountains, and got to meet some wonderful people there who taught us how to surf. And Jules was always so great to have around because she really kind of forced us to be like, hey, set down the books. You're fine. You're not going to fail. Let's go do some fun stuff and relax. And that was much needed encouragement, because without that, Sean and I would have just continued to study all the dang time. So it really was an awesome experience out there, and I would gladly do it again. The schooling part sucked, but at least you know you're always improving and getting better at something while you go through it. And that makes the sucky part better, you know, because it's not just like you're wasting your time or forced to do it. Like, I signed up and I wanted to be there, so I wanted to see it through. Almost got lucky to be able to go on a trip to Taiwan there. I got selected among other classmates, but because of COVID, that got messed up, so I didn't get to do the immersion part, which stinks, but I'll get a trip there sometime. Maybe I can, sometime in the next few years, go with Nami and maybe make a video about that or something. But yeah, that was DLI, and there's definitely a lot more there, but love you, Rob.